And coming up next, we have David Williamson from Tau Delta Phi to talk about the bike. Hello, hello.
Welcome.
Yep, if you just want to put that on. So I'm being told something about a bike story. You probably know.
Yeah,
his story.
so Tau Delta Phi was a fraternity on campus. I believe they eventually became ZBT.
Yeah, they came through
yeah.
many organizations. I don't know what they are.
Yes,
now,
but
even they exist.
Yeah.
So
if you wanted, sorry, real quick, just pull the mic up a little closer to your mouth. Yeah, perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, I was the bike driver in '72. We ran.
Yeah, so for those who don't know, beginning in 1961, SAE rolled out the first bike-styled buggy, which is literally what it sounds like. It's a bicycle. It's got two wheels. It is a bicycle just without pedals. So, you know, nowadays you'll never see that on the course. Two-wheelers have been banned ever since 1988. But
the only reason we had it because we couldn't afford a buggy.
Well, so talk a little bit about that. I mean, obviously you had a buggy program, and you guys were somewhat successful in that era. I mean, a lot of close finishes.
By the time I got there, I'm not sure what happened before me, but we just had a bike, and the story was we just couldn't afford. Whether we had a buggy before then and crashed it, I don't know. But the story was we can't afford a buggy, so we're doing a bike, and the bike was just, I don't know where they got it. Maybe they just went to the store and bought a regular bike, took off the pedals, put on a long seat, and you just laid on top of it head first.
So did you lay flat or did you sit?
No, you laid flat.
Oh wow.
Head first, and we had
on full-size bike wheels.
Yeah, there was just I think the only modification they maybe did, they tried to cover the spokes with like a paper cloth to cut down air resistance, and that was it. And we had a leather jacket that everybody shared, and we had a helmet, and that was it.
Oh wow.
And I think, again, my memory, it's been 50 years, and maybe I'm embellishing things a little in my mind, but I think we actually came in fifth, which was unheard of. We couldn't believe it. Like, what are we doing coming in fifth, you know?
That's great. So you're doing the full, like, Superman style on the bike. Like, how does that balance
you had
work?
racing. You had the racing, you know, the swoop racing things, and you just held them like this, and it was all, the wheel would turn, but you didn't turn it or you were in trouble. You were just leaning pretty much.
Wow. So, I mean, what does it feel like to drive that sort of bike? I mean, it's got to be a little scary, no?
Oh, yeah, of course. Well, I would never do it now. You know? And there's a good reason they banned them, I'm sure.
Yeah, so did you, I mean, I assume at some point you probably fell on the bike.
I'm sure I don't remember me falling.
Yeah.
I mean, you were scared to death, especially in the turn at the bottom. It's like, this was like, but however, and every now and then there'd be some potholes. They didn't quite, fix everything on the course, but at least being higher, you could see the potholes.
That's true.
The benefit of a bike, you could see the potholes.
Could avoid
that is very true.
Where in the buggy, I'm not sure you can see them.
No, but you certainly feel them a lot when you're inside a buggy nowadays.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fascinating.
So anyways, just thought I was watching yesterday at home and think, hey, somebody needs to talk about a bike,
Yeah.
Well, I think you have a couple pictures of them right on cmubuggy.org.
Yeah. We have a lot of photos. We've been working on improving our history database over the last couple of years.
Good.
So we definitely have a lot of photos of Tau Delta Phi's bikes. I believe there was a time period where you had two different bikes.
I think you're right. Yeah, I think you're right.
One was they changed names a lot over the course of the eras, but I think doing this a little off the top of my head, but it's something like I think White Dwarf, White Scorpion. There was a black something, but then at some point they turned into they may have just taken whatever the name of the bike brand was and just started adding words.
You obviously know more than me, and I'm sure you're correct, but I just can't remember.
It's crazy the depth of the stuff they've done.
It's
I don't know if
impressive.
you've seen the Buggy 100 or anything like that, but they
Look.
do a decade by decade. It's on cmubuggy.org. Chronicle.
Do they practice? I remember we used to practice it was like 3 weekends before Sunday mornings. It like as soon as the sun came up, we got to run through the park.
Yep.
And then every night we were practicing at like 9 to 10 o'clock at night coming up Fruit Street.
So now it's every weekend in the fall and spring semesters. It's usually starts. They practice. It's still 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. in the in weekend mornings. But it's basically all of October, November up until about Thanksgiving, and then again in the spring from February up until last weekend.
I remember I was dating a woman at Teal College, so on the weekends I would go up there and I would try to drive back at like 1 o'clock in the morning on Sunday mornings to make it for buggy practice. Or I was scared to death. They're going to kick me off. They're going to let the other guy drive. And right before the thing, there was a horrible fog. And I got halfway back and I couldn't make it. And I think, oh no, they're going to kick me off. I'm not going to be able to drive. But they let me drive anyway.
I figure there's probably not too many people signing up to lay down on a bicycle.
I think we had 3.
Wow.
I think there were 3 in our fraternity that we were.
Oh wow.
We were driving.
I mean, it just goes to show there are some people who would never be willing to set foot inside a buggy, and many people, feel differently. Many people, I mean, there is no greater thrill in my mind.
I would never get in a buggy, but I rode a bike.
Right.
In my mind, there is no greater thrill than getting in a buggy. Unfortunately, I am too large to do it.
Well, anyway, so I just wanted to share a bike experience with you.
Yeah, no, that's
I
great.
appreciate it, David.
Sure.
It was great
Thanks
chatting
a
with
lot.
you, and enjoy race day.